VO camera has come out with a new feature that I wanted to demonstrate here and explain why it's exciting. This is a feature that has been requested since the VO camera first came to the US from the beginning, and they've implemented it recently, and I wanted to show you how it works. When this ball is played, I want to show this defender what they could have done differently. So what I'll do is right about here, I'll pause it, I'll add a drawing, and I want to show this defender how instead of just watching the ball, they need to be aware of this player, and they need to go with this player into the space. So I'll add that here. So if they had covered the defender, the ball, or the attacker, the ball wouldn't have come across. Maybe the goal wouldn't have happened. So this is a good teachable moment. One of the things that you run into, though, is that previous to this release in VO, every single clip that you created was visible to everyone on your team. So if you make this clip and then you leave a comment that says something like, "Don't just watch the ball, make sure you watch the players," or something to the effect to let them know what they could have done differently. At that point, everyone in the team can see it. The new feature is this drop down. It used to be the default was everyone in the team could see it. Now you can say involved players, which lets you tag certain players who can see it. You can also say coaches only, so this means that none of the players can see it, only the coaches. Or you could also say only me. So in this case, if I'm not a coach and I'm just a parent and I'm trying to teach my player something, I don't want everyone else to see it, I can pick only me. For example, I've done this before where I've gone out and critiqued my player and created comments, and then the next practice, some of the parents came over and said, "Hey, did you know that we can all see your comments to your player?" And I said, "That's fine. I don't mind, because it helps them improve." But in the event that you don't want anyone else to see those comments, this new functionality is really helpful. The other good thing that it does is, let's say I'm out here creating highlights for my player, like for a highlight reel. Well, if every player is creating clips, then what happens is this the VO view gets very cluttered. You may have dozens and dozens and dozens of clips, and it does get messy because the coach may be creating clips for coaching purposes, the parents may be creating clips for highlight purposes, so it could get pretty messy. So the ability to set the visibility of these clips is a really big step for the ability of the VO platform, especially because it can be used multiple ways. You may have coaches using it one way, players using it another way, parents using it another way. Some clubs even have other coaches evaluate games for coaches in their club. So there's a lot of different users that may be watching this footage for different purposes, and the ability to limit who can see each clip is a new feature, and it's one that we've been eagerly awaiting for a long time, and we're really happy that it's there. So yeah, in this case, here we created the clip, we left the message. If we wanted to, we could tag the player, and then you can set its visibility, and then you say create highlight. So then what you can do is, if you're creating teachable moments, you can come and you can watch these with your player, or they can watch them and no one else will see them. Or let's say you're creating highlight reel for your player. You can create a bunch of those as well, and then you can come up here and you can filter on them. You can pick the ones that you created, and then from there you can download all those highlights and create your highlight video. So the ability to make these clips visible just only to the appropriate people is a big step for VO. And if you have any questions about how to use that or review it at all, you can always check us out at easysoccervideo.com. And we have a guide called the VO Rookie Guide that is for new teams who or have just gotten a VO or will be getting a VO, and it goes over a lot of these kind of tips in the guide. So check that out if that would be helpful to you at easysoccervideo.com.